The federal government has launched an ambitious national skill program to connect 20 million youth Nigerians to jobs, training, and entrepreneurship opportunities by 2030, with women expected to make up at least 60% of the participants. Vice President Kazim Shettima announced the plan as he assumed chairmanship of the reactivated board of Generation Unlimited Nigeria during his inaugural meeting, which coincided with International Youth Day 2025. A statement from the Office of the Vice President by Senior Special Assistant on Media and Communication, Stanley Mokuja, said Vice President Shettima said all training will align with the National Skill Qualification Framework to ensure Nigerian youth possess globally competitive credentials. He warned that the national skill ecosystem faces a dilemma of exclusion, disconnection from livelihood, and inadequate infrastructure for large-scale and hands-on training. Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Adeleke Olawande, said the program will focus on job creation, bringing the skills gap, and human capital development. Vice President Shettima thereby urged collaboration among government, private sector, and development partners for the success of the program. In the meantime, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, has said the federal government will unlock over $150 billion in dormant land capital nationwide to boost economic growth. Dangiwa made the announcement at a stakeholders workshop on the Nigerian land registration, documentation, and tightening program held in Lagos, team moving from inception to implementation. He explained that Nigeria's current land administration system left less than 5% of land formally titled, thereby making individuals live on lands without secure proof of ownership. Dangiwa informed that the program aimed to increase formal registration of land title by at least 50% within 10 years. He added that it will deploy standardized interoperable land information system and geographic information system, strengthen state land agencies and registries, unlock over $150 billion in debt capital, among others. The minister emphasized that the initiative will be led by the state, supported by the federal government, and coordinated nationally, respecting the constitutionality authority of state government over land as enshrined in the Land Use Act. The House of Representatives Committee on the Nigerian COVID-19 Action, Recovery, and Economic Stimulus has commenced an investigation into the program amid growing public concerns over its alleged inability to provide meaningful assistance to the vulnerable Nigerians it was intended to support. Addressing this men in Abuja at the National Assembly Complex, the committee's chairman, Abubakar Kuzada, said the investigation stemmed from several complaints that the multi-billion naira intervention scheme yielded little benefit to the targeted beneficiaries. NGKL, jointly financed by the federal government and the World Bank, was designed to mitigate the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the removal of fuel subsidies, and the unification of exchange rates. The program, implemented across all 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory through various state-level platforms, is in the final year of its first 4-year phase and will come to an end in December this year. The committee, however, said it will investigate possible mismanagement or diversion of NGK's funds, determine whether the program has delivered value for money, and scrutinize procurement processes to inflation or irregularities. In the meantime, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency has predicted thunderstorm and rains from today to 16 this month across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja envisaged thunderstorm today with moderate rains over parts of Borno, Kebbi, Gombe, Bauchi, Yobe, Jigawa, Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, Kano, Sokoto, and Taraba State. The agency also forecast cloudy sky over the southern region with prospects of light rain over parts of Rivers, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom State during this morning. The moderate rains are expected over parts of Oyo, Osun, Edo, Ondo, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Bayelsa State later day, with high possibility of flood occurring over parts of Cross River State during the forecast period. NIMET advised airline operators to get a specific weather report from the agency for effective planning in their operation, adding that residents should stay informed through weather update from the agency. And coming from the sports arena, the Confederation of African Football has sanctioned Zambia, Kenya, and Morocco for various breaches of its regulation during the ongoing African Nations Championship. In a statement by CAF's disciplinary board, confirmed it had issued warnings to Kenya and charged fines totaling $60,000 for the three national associations following separate incidents. It fined Zambia a $5,000 after the Football Association of Zambia failed to present their head coach at the pre-match press conference ahead of their opening fixture against the Democratic Republic of Congo, saying it was a breach of its media regulation which mandates the head coach to attend such engagement. The football governing body levied its heaviest penalty, a $50,000 on the Football Kenya Federation for safety and security lapses during Kenya's group stage match against Morocco at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani. And from the foreign scene, a 10-day cholera vaccination campaign has begun in Khartoum, targeting residents aged 1 and above in an urgent push to contain Sudan's rapidly spreading outbreak. According to a report, the government has mobilized health teams across 105 medical facilities aimed to protect adults and more than 155,000 children. The report added that outbreak fueled by ongoing conflict, mass displacement, and recent heavy rain has already caused over 83,000 cases and 2,100 deaths since July last year. The aid group warned that the disease is surging in other regions, particularly Darfur, where collapsing infrastructure and flooding are creating perfect conditions for cholera to spread. And that ends the evening news on OSBC television. Join us again at 7 for the major report.